Thank you for joining us today. I'm your host, Leah Love, and this is Forum 360, where we have a global outlook from a local view. Today we have Miss Karen Gordon of KG's Home Bake Goodness, and we are going to be talking about baking up miracles. So thank you for joining us today.
Thank you very much for having me, Ms. Love.
All right, so tell us a little bit about your story. You have this incredible story going from an EBT card to vending at the NFL. So tell us how you started, how you even got on this path, and was this always the goal?
Wow. Where do you begin? Let's start with the bakery was not my plan. It was not even my dream. Prior to baking, I was an early childhood educator, and that was my passion, was working with kids. I had an injury during the time. Didn't think that the injury was as serious as it turned out to be, and I did not know I would not go back into teaching. This event occurred in 2011. I ended up being unemployed. I ended up finding out about how employers truly feel about employees, no matter what level of dedication you have. Oh my goodness. It's been a journey. Along the way, I like I said, unemployed. I received help from the state, EBT card. I wasn't used to those particular things in life because I always worked. But what do you do when you're not able to go back? So you have a battle physically with the physical ailments, but also mentally because you're so used to doing it, going, and being, and then things drastically change. In that part, I started cooking food. I would sell dinners. I wanted to legitimize that business, and in that process, found that the city of Cleveland would not license residential property. I had converted my second floor into a commercial kitchen.
Oh, wow.
It's okay. So I kept looking and ended up coming upon the Department of Agriculture for baking. And I'm like, oh. So initially I'm like, okay. I applied for the license, I got it. So I started adding baked goods to the lunches I was preparing. And next thing you know, the lunches fell off and the baking
Took over.
Yeah, it did. It really did. That was in 2017.
Okay.
Legitimized KG's Home Baked Goodness as far as applying for your LLCs and things like that. That was the first year I did the North Union Farmers Market.
Okay.
I didn't even know how to decorate a cake then. So if I called myself having this bakery and being a baker, you have to take lessons. So that year I ended up going to Polaris and took their cake decorating class.
Okay.
And just kept going, searching information. Google is my best friend.
Everybody's.
But that's some of the beginning of this humbling journey that I'm still on.
So 2017 is when you began.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so tell me how you got to the draft.
Oh, in 2018, Farmers Market, I'm at Black Box Fix, if I can say their name. And a gentleman walked in, I thought he was a regular customer. He asked me about my food, and I was telling him, I've been coming here for the last 6 Sundays after market, and I'm like, this is just phenomenal. You should try this. And I was like, some of the other things I want to try, but this, for 6 Sundays straight, you know, it has to be something really great about it to have that repetitively. Well, come to find, it was a gentleman named Maurice Purnell, and he ended up inviting me to the Real Black Friday.
Okay.
I did the Real Black Friday that year, and that completely changed the outlook that I had as far as business around. I never wanted a mom and pops. I did want something that had longevity. I just didn't know how to. And what Mr. Purnell asked me that day in that restaurant, because his employees had always bought my products and spoke so highly, he asked me this one question. He said, "What's your numbers?" And it like blew me. I'm like, what's that? So in this journey, you find that there are some things that you know, it just has another language. There's another word. So now it's learning the new language and applying that language to certain things that I already knew, like sales and revenue. You know, in one realm, you sales. In this new realm for me, it's not sales, it's revenue. But that really started the true business side of this journey I'm on, was that question he asked me. From there, I sought out Urban League. I met a wonderful woman named Donna Dabbs. She's been pivotal for me in the beginning. Meet other phenomenal women, Felicia Townsend Ivy, who I still correlate with the Urban League. Awesome. They also talked me into and walked me through the process of gaining my MBE, WBE through the city, state, and through our federal government. And this is still all in this new process of entrepreneurship, where now I'm still learning that level, but now I want to know how to apply these certifications. It takes a great team. And
let me ask you this. So he's the one who connected you to be a vendor there at the draft? Is that what you were saying?
no, not to the draft, with the MBE.
Okay,
My
going
name,
through your MBE
through the
certification.
MBE
Okay.
certification is what
So
brought me to
speaking
the
of,
draft.
you have the MBE certification, the WBE certification, and licensed through the Department of Agriculture. How have all of those certifications and licenses helped you in your business?
Those certifications open doors, such as the one with the NFL draft. I was actually sought out by them through the NFL Connect,
Okay.
and things went from there. So it is with these certifications that you're viewed a little differently. It also opens those doors for first come items or whatnot, what have you, that would not normally be open to regular business.
I know I was having a conversation with someone, and they were asking the importance and the benefit of the MBE, which is a Minority Business Enterprise Certification, or WBE, which is a Women Business Enterprise. And it allows different businesses that don't necessarily have those opportunities to get in front of different businesses and employers. And so it's really a great benefit to have where you can showcase these, where you would probably normally never even get considered for that opportunity, right?
Or even this part with that, I'm a small company. And when I say a small company, I have, let's say, 4 employees, including myself.
Okay.
The second of the 4 is an accountant. When you're small like that, for events that size, they're looking at mass producers. However, that certification stated that I'm capable of accomplishing the task.
Now let me ask you this. How much did you have to prepare for that?
I'll give you a good, I had 3 weeks.
Okay. You had 3 weeks to prepare.
Yes.
Okay. Did you oversell, undersell? Were you good?
It was awesome.
Okay.
It was awesome. Did we sell out of everything? No.
Okay.
Did we sell out of the majority? Absolutely.
All that matters.
But it also opened doors where I was able to, I'm now a purveyor for Salsa City.
Okay.
I formerly met Chef Cersei
Okay.
at the NFL draft.
Okay.
And it was a further networking. Also, another vendor I was able to sit and build networking with is a De Burmeister,
Okay.
which is a German beer house on the west side of Lorraine. And I'm now a purveyor for her business.
Awesome.
So it helps to build. It really does.
So it sounds like the moral of that point was, as long as you keep going, keep networking, because you could have just easily given up when they said that you just didn't have the commercial space, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, but you found that way around and you worked it out. Congratulations.
Thank
That
you.
level of persistence is not natural for everyone.
No, it's not.
So to not give in to the defeat of the different challenges that came your way. Congratulations
Thank
to you on
you.
that.
If I may,
Absolutely.
anything worth having, it truly doesn't come easy. It doesn't come easy. It's not shiny at first. If you continue to move forward and persevere, endure, for everyone, no, you'll get a yes. You might get 2, 3, 4, 5 yeses, but keep going. Those, I believe, are the obstacles to make us feel like we're defeated. It's not always easy to shake off. However, if it's worth having, you go bust the door down to get to it. So
Bust them
keep
down.
moving forward.
I love it. I love it. And if you're just tuning in, we are talking to Miss Karen Gordon, who is the owner of KG's Home Baked Goodness, and we are talking about baking up miracles. Okay, so you mentioned your staff. It's you, your accountant, you have intern, and then another employee who helps out with the baking.
My mother, but I pay her. My mother is retired, but my mother assists me.
Okay.
A lot of that is because my mother is a baker by trade. This is where she retired from.
Now,
Where
does she help you
retired
with
from.
your recipes and developing new things?
I actually went to some classics from my mom.
Okay.
How we ended up getting into this, you go to a party, I love the person who I'm coming to see or whatnot. You see this beautiful, magnificent cake, and it's like, I'm excited because I like cake. You get the cake, and then it's like,
It's nasty.
thank you so much for saying that. Because that is, and like the first time it happened, it was like, okay, that was just that. No, it became a trend every time. It's a beautiful cake, but then you miss the most important part, the taste, the texture. And I understand you put the time in for it to come out for this look. But is that what we want cake for? Is just to sit and say it's pretty, or it tasted pretty?
So you deliver the flavor.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So that's what makes
well
you
as a
different.
look.
Okay. You get the look and the taste.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. So you not only do personal orders, but you do larger. Like, what's your range and your scale of how big or small, or what all do you offer with your services, with your products? I mean.
Outside of the individual orders, I do.
So we have cookies and what else? What all do you have?
We have cookies, cakes, pies, anything fresh baked, with the exception of bread.
Okay.
And that is only because I do not have a proofer yet.
Okay. Okay.
But we are a full service bakery.
Okay. What's your biggest seller?
Sweet potato pie.
Sweet potato pie. Okay.
That is one of my
okay.
large sellers, is the sweet potato pie.
And where are you located at?
We are located on the southeast side of Cleveland, over by John Adams High School.
Okay.
We're located in the urban area.
Okay. And if people want to contact you, what's your contact information?
Our contact information, we do have a website. That's www.kghomebakedgoodness.com. Our telephone number you can call is area code 216-450-9563.
And is it only pickup or do you ship as well?
We do ship
Okay.
certain items. We have shipped to Texas.
Okay.
Pickup, yes. We deliver.
Okay.
We're
So you
mainly
primarily
deliver.
deliver?
Because what we are is a commercial kitchen
Okay.
that does not have a storefront.
Okay.
So I service individuals as well as other restaurants.
Okay.
So they go through a specific platform to place their order, and then from there it goes through production, and then it is either, as stated, shipped out or we send out for delivery.
Okay. What are some of the restaurants that you're in?
We are in Black Box Fix.
Okay.
We are also in Salsa City.
Okay.
As mentioned before, we're in DeBar Meister House.
Okay.
She does our larger cakes. Salsa City, the brownie for his a la mode
Okay.
is ours.
Okay.
But those are some of the locations that we are in.
So that's good. People will know when they go that they're getting your baked goods as their desserts when they visit. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I see myself with an improved team,
Okay.
which means grow more as far as growth. I also see myself in 5 years where we will have product in some of our local stores.
Okay. Okay. What would be a dream store?
Honestly, Walmart.
Walmart. Okay. All right.
Where it's affordable and quality.
Uh-huh.
Walmart, Heinen's
Okay.
is even an awesome place to be in.
Okay.
But some of our local stores.
If you had the chance to bake for someone, who would be your person? Celebrity, past, gone? Who would be your
Oh, my
ultimate? I would
goodness.
just love for them to have my brownie.
Honestly, I would love to make Patti LaBelle my pie.
Okay, all right. So they can talk about Karen's pies.
Talking about Karen's pies and not even mind that. As like with the name KG, because my name is Karen Gordon, it would be very arrogant to say that it's mine and it's not. The KG stands for Keeping God,
Okay,
His home baked goodness.
okay.
So
I love it. I love it. It can go for both, right?
it's really for one. Because without him, this would not be.
Okay.
As I stated, this was not my plan or my design. I'm on a path, and sometimes I don't always know where it's taking me, but I know I'm going.
What's been your biggest challenge with entrepreneurship, or even just developing this along the way?
Being able to network with others.
Why do you feel like that's a challenge?
There is conditioned learning amongst us where you feel as if people are there, like the wolf in sheep's clothing. They say they have good intentions, but they end up taking. And unfortunately, yes, we do have those people, but you also have some genuine people out here as well. And if there's a larger fish for us to catch, it would be better with more people to catch the larger fish as opposed to it being just the one. So trying to change some of that narrative where it's okay to give information, it's okay to share, it's okay to network. If you were put into a lane, we may do the same thing, but what's for you is for you, and what's for me is for me, and I don't want to take anything from you. I want to add to you. So,
You know, I was just having this conversation the other weekend because we were talking about how we're usually taught, don't tell anybody what you want to do because they may go and steal your idea. And my friend was like, I do not subscribe to that philosophy. And I was like, well, you know, that's the first time I heard that. And she was like, no, she's like, I need as many ambassadors as I can. I tell everybody my dream because at the end of the day, nobody's going to put their magic on what I'm doing, like I will. So they can have their own thing and do their own magic, but everything's going to still be different. So I think when you take that restraint off, and you can just go out and be free, you will find that your network does start to build and increase because now you have more people who are able to talk about you fully.
Also, transparency is important. We all didn't start with the great idea and everything just worked. It's really true to that design of what we think entrepreneurship is. I have an idea, straight path, as opposed to the trueness of it is you have ups, you have downs. There are rocky points, you have hills, you have valleys, you have mountains. But those are the things to build you up to the more that you're looking for. And if you want something to last and not just to be a one-hit wonder, I'll take the rocky road.
It's definitely, nothing ever goes as planned. I plan for stuff not to go right. So I'm like, this is what I think it's gonna do, but just in case we might veer off here and here. So you're not as thrown when you know that it's not going right.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely. Or this part, when it is thrown, it's like, you know what? Nope, it's working out exactly how it's supposed
Still
to.
gonna work out.
Let's see the end. It's gonna be okay, because it is, you know. But it's not to sit and say you don't have those human moments.
Absolutely.
Where you might kind of cry, shake it off, and you get it back together because, in the end, you deep inside you know it's gonna be all right.
Okay. So tell me your favorite part of creating and going through your process with your goods.
My favorite part is the smiles.
Okay.
It means a lot to me when someone partakes in what they've asked me to create and I hit the mark.
Okay.
Or I exceeded the expectation of their mark. And there's this look of like complete satisfaction on my customer's face. That means the world. Like, I did it. Okay. And it helps to create the retention. You know, it helps to create the relationship too, because it matters to me what you want. Not what I think you want, what is it specifically? So it's the smile.
So to the opposite side of that, I know in the beginning as you're working through everything, you have your constructive criticism. So how did you handle that? And how did you go out and seek it? Did you have a lot of trial and error tester people who were like, you know, give me this, give me that? How did you go through that full process?
There were one or two that I was not able to please.
Okay.
When I asked what was wrong, I wasn't always quite given
What it was.
an answer. And in me asking that, I was trying to seek a solution. What was it that how can I correct this or improve it or make it better? They leave you kind of in a difficult pickle when you don't have an answer. It was, no, this just wasn't right. Well, what wasn't right about it? Was it the texture? Was it the taste? Did it fall apart? Like, what happened? And then you don't have anything to show me. Because I'm like, well, that's okay. You can, you know, I try to find a medium.
Yeah.
You know, I have not, I don't know what to say to this.
Yeah. Well, no, that's a good answer because I think what it ultimately comes down to is, this is for the audience, when you have an entrepreneur, a business, or a company, we are constantly looking for feedback. And especially if we ask you or if we ask for a survey, you know, our goal is to make sure that we are providing you with the best experience, the best service and product.
Absolutely.
So take those opportunities to really tell people because they are open for that so that they can make it better. And then, you know, you have people who are just gracious, you know, in accepting that information and that feedback. So I always take that opportunity to let them know, whether good or bad, how you actually feel about that. If you could leave people with one thing to remember you and your business by, what would you have that be?
I created positive impact with individuals, with my community. It's positive impact.
Okay.
Yep. It is. It's a positive impact.
Well, I truly do appreciate you and your time, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having us.
I believe that there is a little piece of miracle in all of her baked goods. So we want you guys to go out and support, and she has given you the contact information that we will list. Thank you again for tuning in to us today to learn about Baking with Miracles with Miss Karen Gordon. I'm your host, Leah Love, and thank you for tuning in to Forum 360, where we have a global outlook from a local view. Have a blessed week.
Forum 360 is brought to you by John S. and James L. Knight Foundation, the Akron Community Foundation, Hudson Community Television, the Rubber City Radio Group, Shaw Jewish Community Center of Akron, Blue Green, Electric Impulse Communications, and Forum 360 supporters.